Hi, welcome back. In this video, we are basically going to be looking at another extension of the if, which is what we call the nested if statements. Okay, so what are nested if statements? Basically, they are if statements within currently already written if statement. Okay, so let's see how we can do that. Okay, so we're going to create a new file here. Okay, and I'm going to call it, I'm going to save it first. I'm going to say file, save as. Okay, so go to your folder. Okay, and I'm going to call it nested if. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to ask the user to key in one input, which I'm going to call it the marks input. So I say go to marks, goes to input, um, yeah, and I'm going to say enter your marks. Okay, and of course, since we need uh, it to be interpreted as integer, I'm going to cast it to integer straight away while I capture it. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to first do a high level if check to see whether the student has passed or failed. Okay, so I'm going to say if marks greater than or equal to 50, then I'm going to say print, yay, you passed. Okay, and the next statement will be the else. Okay, I'm going to say print, uh, please try harder. Okay, so that is basically what I'm going to do at a high level if statement. Okay, now let's just save this and run this module. Okay, so if I key in 52, it will say hey, you passed. Okay, so let's run it again over here, and if I key in 43, it will say please try harder. Correct, so because this is the high level if statement. Okay, now what I'm going to do is within the if, okay, since I've passed, I'm going to just sort of segregate it into two sort of mark boundaries, 50 to maybe 74, and then 75 to 100. Okay, so I'm going to have another if check within the current if check. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say if marks is greater than 75, then I'm going to say well done, you are a pro. Okay, and over here I'm going to say else print good job, you can do even better. Okay, so something like that. So what is going to happen is the first or the outer if else basically segregates the code into two halves. Either my marks is greater than or equal to 50 or it is less than 50, and if I satisfy the first condition, I do a further check to see if my marks is bigger than 75, or if not, if I hit the else condition, that means it is greater than or equal to 50 but less than 75. Correct, so that is basically how the nested uh, if if else structure looks like. Okay, now let's save this, okay, and run it. Okay, okay, so let's just try to fulfill the first objective here, which is keying in a mark between greater than 75. Okay, so if I key in 77 here, what will happen is it will print out this first line, because this first line here is regardless of anything else. As long as the marks is greater than or equal to 50, I'll print this line. Okay, and then since I satisfy this condition, it will also say well done, you are a pro. Correct, so that part we have tested. Now let's try one more time. Okay, and this time now we're going to key in maybe 65. Okay, so we're going to key in 65, and for 65, what do you see? It prints out this first line here, print yay you passed, and then this condition is not satisfied, so it comes to this else here. It says good job, you can do even better. Correct, now let's just try one more time just to confirm that the else part is still working. So if I key in 41, it will just come here and say and say please try harder. Okay, so as you can see, this is how a nested if looks like. Of course, you can extend this to include a if else if sequence of checks as well. Okay, so this is how you can actually sort of take some values or some inputs and then do several layers of checks to see which conditions is satisfied, and then perform the necessary action after that. Okay, so if else are definitely very useful, okay, to sort of uh, do some narrowing of the data, okay, to what we really want. Okay, so please have a try for yourself and make sure that you are able to uh, perform a similar kind of checking based on some input from the user. All right, great. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.